Y'all are all on mute. I can't hear anything.
Live and in living color.
Live. We're live. Are we live?
We are.
Yeah. So okay, so you wanna run the stream from your end then?
Joe? No, not really. No,
Because
I don't want to try. I don't want to use any more bandwidth than what we need to.
Okay, because whoever just turned the stream on, that was not me.
That was Joe. I don't know, Joe. What do
Okay.
you want to do?
I think I don't want to edit it. I want to maintain maximum transparency, even though it also broadcasts all of my mistakes too. But
Joe, we're just talking about whether I'm broadcasting it or you're broadcasting.
Oh, you're still muted, Joe. By the way, your microphone.
Oh, okay. That's why I'm so quiet.
But if you want to do it, that's fine. I was getting set up on mine.
Is this any better?
I think it should be equally fine either way.
We're having technical difficulties, but I am trying.
I've got because we're live and up going now, so I'm looking at the stream and it looks all right.
Great. Here's what I'm going to do.
Can you hear me in there?
No.
Oh.
Sure. Are you muted? I think everybody's muted. You're muted.
Yeah, my bad.
Ben's muted right now. Mitch is muted.
Okay, Ben, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
Okay. And
I could hear you all muted or not.
that's
I don't know.
probably because they're picking up on my microphone.
Ah, yeah.
My challenge is I just can't hear what you're saying.
Yeah, that's
There
why
is
I
a
only
little
have
bit of
one
an
in.
echo.
Unfortunately, that's probably just going to happen the way that we're doing this. I don't know that I have any way to avoid it.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's fine as long as Ty's on mute, I think, or as everybody else is on mute.
what anybody else is saying on there, because
Yeah.
so we should elect one of us to have maximum volume.
Well,
Here's
I
the
mean,
leader.
I was just asleep. This is practically a speaker then. If it's, do you want?
I actually have a Bluetooth speaker. It's out in the car. It's like a PA system. I don't know that we need that though.
All right, I'm logging off.
Does that work? Ben, Jamie, want to say something?
Little bit of an echo. It's not too bad.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, as long as I don't get too distracted from myself.
Well, the echo is going to make the stream absolutely terrible to watch. So we want to eliminate any echoes because we want people to want to watch us.
That's true.
Well, what if you just unplugged your speaker thing and see if we can just go right through Mitch's?
Well, no, it's 'cause we're gonna be hearing our voices twice over, no
Yeah.
matter what.
We're
Hear from here, speak from here.
Yeah.
Let's try that. Just like we were talking to Ben. See how that works.
All right, let's just use one.
No, we're saying use yours.
Yeah, I'm taking my headset off,
Oh, okay.
and so we'll use the built-in.
That was confuzzled.
Yeah, let's see if that works.
Yeah, that killed the echo.
Did that kill the echo?
Yeah.
And then just video for anybody else that wants to be on. This stuff.
Yay, we figured it out.
Yay! It's not that hard. It's technology. It actually can work.
Well,
Sort of.
no, I'm
Which-
thinking because Drew's the only one with the microphone on, they may be only able to see you on the live stream camera.
I'm okay with this.
I've got the live stream up. It's got the Jitsi. It's got everybody's
All right,
thumbnails
dude.
down the side. It
Yeah,
flips to I think whoever the active speaker
Okay.
is.
Yeah, I was looking at it. Drew's going to remain on the big screen, but I guess everyone is visible. So
Okay.
I think that's a trivial thing. I don't really think it's important.
As captain, he should be front and center.
Oh my
No,
god!
let's not do that. Let's not do that. No whiteboards. No whiteboards.
I guess we could also just mute the person that isn't speaking, or turn on the mic. Like if you and I are turn on a microphone and mute.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, when we get to anybody presenting, we'll mute the microphones and okay. So I want that. And why is my come on.
Oh, I have to pull up nominations.
We're almost there and we're almost on time.
Almost.
Almost on time. Oh no. Ah.
Well, keeping with the Chicago theme, we're an hour late, but it's okay.
No, we're not. We're good.
You know what? I was so
No, it was all Central Time. It was all Central
Central
Time.
time. We're good.
so surprised how like commercialized this area is.
Really?
Like it was literally like every single shop, like Dunkin' Donuts, Taco Bell, Walgreens, like literally every single big name in industry when it comes to like retail marketing. It's all here. It's like literally like going down like an outdoor shopping, like one of those outdoor outlet places. But it was like that, and all I saw that was like all the retail shopping places and then houses. There was like no in between. Like, what do you guys do for work?
Well, I don't know. I can't speak on the Northsiders. They might do remote work or something. I know I work with my hands, so
I was hoping to like see some industrial places, but I only saw like one major industrial place out here.
yeah, you got to go to the South Side and start seeing the industrial.
So
Like Bedford Park is an area that it's a city practically of just like industry. A lot of people just go to Bedford Park for work.
Bedford Park.
Yeah, a lot of people up north got money, so they don't gotta work as hard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure their struggle is a different type of. crowd.
Yeah, absolutely. Different folks, different strokes, different struggles. I'm not gonna
We'll take all,
diminish them. Yeah,
we'll take all types.
absolutely. I'm not sitting here diminishing any of the Northsider struggles.
But being a common plebe like myself, I was expecting like, hey, where's all the working places?
Yeah, if you're
I
looking
have
Where
to
the
go out
concrete
here and print
places? Where's
those.
the
I
where's
can't
the
do it from this.
industrial?
Well,
Where's
the
if you're
version
looking for
of it will
the
not
for the
let me
working man,
access
you're looking
the
at the South
results
Side.
from here, so I have to go out here. real
Everyone
quick.
up here
Oh, okay.
And print
has
That's
a,
fine.
has a college degree in like tax.
Oh,
Like they're all making their money, and they're not. They don't need to live on the South Side with the rest of us.
Oh, okay.
They choose not to.
Mm,
I know, because the place we're at right now is like so nice, like so nice. It's weird.
Yeah, shout out to beautiful O'Hare area.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a little confusing that everything goes in circles, but
I can't believe how fast my wallet is just draining.
It's like it's a loop, if you will.
all those massages.
all those massages, all those like McDonald's runs.
McDonald's runs will do it, but Burger King will do it faster.
Taco Bell. Dude.
Taco Bell.
Taco
Taco
Bell.
Bell used to be so bang for your buck good, and now it's just all right. It's just another fast food place. You used to be able to go in with like $2 and get a nice little like.
You can still get the bean burrito, but then everybody suffers.
That's true. That's very true.
Joe, are you a Celtics guy?
Celtics.
Or not,
You know,
not as
if I'm
much?
not-
Okay.
Participating in the sports, I generally am not as interested.
That's totally fair.
But if I do like my suffering known as the New England Patriots. I enjoyed the highs of suffering and making everyone else in the country suffer when they were winning, and now it's my turn to suffer.
Oh, I
as
know why
watch
that
them
is.
play,
Yeah, such is life.
But when always root for the home team, but it is
There
what
we
it is.
go.
But Texas, from what I understand in Texas, everything in Texas is always about that college experience, right?
Yeah,
down there.
That and Cowboys from a sports perspective, or at least in Dallas, you get it's a little bit of variation across the whole state, but yeah, definitely college heavy. It's probably just most true of a lot of the South in general.
Hey,
You guys got big high school football stadiums. Like
Oh yeah,
football is just a different beast in Texas entirely.
yeah. It's like there's it's like Allen, which is just like an exurb of Dallas. They spent like 9 figures building a new football stadium, and then they fucked up laying the foundation of it. So like 5 years later, they had to spend a 10-figure amount of money fixing the foundation of the stadium after it was
That
built.
sounds-
It's like
That sounds
Good
like
use
that
of-
sounds like my local school board. They just spent
Yeah.
$6 million on the football stadium, and now there's a whole bunch of stuff they have to go back and fix, and it's getting really out of hand.
good use
By
of
the
public
way,
funds.
Ben, can you send Jamie the splash screen you made so that you can put it on the blog post?
Yeah.
So
And I think we're
We're,
gonna.
good, yeah, just want to drop an email in the chat, and I can save it real quick.
So going into the conversation we were starting to have beforehand about ChatGPT.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so for anybody, I'd make this a last call for nominations because I only have 4 here. So.
Well, I'm
I
gonna
guess
put.
we'll-
I'm
I
gonna.
won't
Well,
print
it won't
now
be.
'cause there's only 4.
It won't be a last call
So
because
I would, for anybody watching the live stream, Discord, etc., put your nominations in now. So usparts.org, fill out that link ASAP so that we can get those in.
are we on the live stream? Are we streaming?
Yeah. Well, we're streaming this whole.
Oh, okay. Hey, we're streaming. We're about to get ready. We're about to get started, even though we're started.
I nominate Ben to be the next treasurer. Officially.
Was that serious?
I think it is serious.
I just officially nominate Ben to be the.
Well, we're not. Well, that's a couple of lines down.
Well, Ben
Okay.
Ben is in there. Ben is in the nomination.
Is he? Okay, good.
I filled out the form. I followed instructions.
My official
No.
last call, and this is
V's been collecting them, so V should be able to send you a more comprehensive list.
And V, I apologize for never
Yeah.
getting back to you. I am the worst.
Yeah, V, if you could message me or post them somewhere, maybe in that chat that you made, I will later on. I will merge them into the list, and use both of those for them. And then, as I said, just to reiterate, we'll create the actual voting form towards the end of the day for tomorrow, so everybody can actually click that link and get it done. So.
My whole position is I don't want to do it, but if you tell me to do it, I'll do it.
okay. Well, we are at 10 a.m. Central Time, so I'm going to say welcome everybody to the 2024 Pirate National Conference. My name is Drew Bingaman. I am your captain for this evening. And let's go around and do little introductions, and then we'll get into the meat of the conference. Ben, I see you first.
Ahoy, everybody. I am Ben Orlick. I am unfortunately not in Chicago at the moment, but I am located in the great state of Texas, and I'm the United States Pirate Party's bean counter as well as the representative from Texas.
Next up on my list is the Dream Team.
Ahoy. My name is Jolly Mitch of the Chicagoland Night, the Illinois Pirate Party. But today, we are in Chicagoland, beautiful Chicagoland. Happy to be here. I'm the lookout, by the way.
I am the incumbent treasurer, Joseph Honorowski, out of Massachusetts, and I am also in Chicagoland, beautiful Chicagoland.
Beautiful Chicagoland.
Can't believe how nice it is.
Oh, me.
Actually, Jamie's next. and
Oh,
then you.
Jamie. Yeah.
Jamie's next.
Hi, this is James O'Keefe, Massachusetts Pirate Party. I'm just observing, providing whatever technical help I can.
And we appreciate it, Jamie. Thank you. Ty, you're next.
Oh, hello. I'm Ty Clifford, West Virginia observer and U.S. Pirate Party Vice Captain.
All right. Mitch, you already gave your introduction.
Ahoy.
Dustin.
Howdy, this is Dustin Etz from Virginia, observing.
All right. Thank you. And finally, Eli.
Hi, I'm Eli. I am the Massachusetts representative.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. So this is our national conference. That means that everybody who is a supporter of our pirate core values can participate. The main way that you can participate is by getting on our Discord. We have a thread on the Discord called Steal This Conference, and that is the best way to interact with what's going on here. I believe, Ben, are you on there to monitor that and can raise your hand when somebody needs to be recognized for that? That would be awesome. Same thing. You can also, if you're not a fan of Discord or don't want to go through that kind of level of hassle, even though we would appreciate it, you can also chime in on the YouTube live stream chat, which is you're going to keep track of that. That's fine. Okay, so. If there's anything you want to interject, or like in a few minutes, we're going to go into officer nominations. So if there's any last minute nominations for each position as I call them out, please put those into the chat so that we can get you on the list. I have budgeted 7 minutes for each of these nominations, so the few seconds that we're behind on the stream shouldn't be a problem. So, any other housekeeping at the moment that we need to do, or?
I mean, where are we at as a party? So, I mean, we've been growing slowly and steadily. We have more groups with us than ever before, more states with us than ever before. We're heading in the right direction. And this year I am running for state Congress. So, it's time. I think we have a very solid platform together from all the work from everybody working on the platform. And we've really solidified who we are as a group, what our purpose is, what we're doing. And I am very proud of who we are, where we've come from and I think we're in a more solid position than any other party, even the larger parties like the Democrats and Republicans, even though they have this massive following. Like looking at just the feeding frenzy that is their political sphere is just, it's disgusting. Whereas I feel like every single pirate, I could look at every single pirate, and if any pirate was running for Congress or anything, I would be so proud and so behind them, and they would have my support 100%. And I don't think you really see that in any other political party. The way the libertarians rip each other apart, the way the Democrats rip each other apart, the Republicans rip.
Ty muted me. I don't know how he did that, but that's okay. So go ahead and finish.
I was just saying, the solidarity that we have, the unity that we have, every pirate is a pirate all the way. And I'm absolutely amazed about how solid of a political platform we are. I mean, I can be a pirate in the European Union, I could be a pirate in Australia, and I know that the same basic principles of individual autonomy, having transparent government, having just cutting out the political bullshit, if I can say that in YouTube, but
yeah, you can. We don't have it age restricted. I'm pretty sure we don't have age restrictions.
Oh, God, I hope so. But just, every single pirate, whether you're a pirate in New York, you're a pirate in Massachusetts, you're a pirate in Pennsylvania, Texas, California, I know that you hold the same ideals that we do, and you have my support. And so, and I just want to say, I'm so proud of everything that we've done. So
that sounds to me like most of a stump speech that you're getting ready to put together there, Joe, which you're going to need. You're absolutely going to need. So yeah, keep refining that. That's good though. I mean, The other thing with the pirate party is we need what every party needs. We need volunteers and money. And if you would like to donate one or the other or both, and man, am I shiny today. My apologies for blinding anybody. Maybe I'll go out and get my hat later. If you want to get involved, the best way to get started is to join our Discord, which I'm hoping is in our description for the YouTube. If it isn't, maybe we can put it in the YouTube chat. The link to the invite.
I'll post that.
That great.
There are a couple of people saying ahoy in our chat as well.
Awesome.
Ahoy V, ahoy Wanda.
Awesome. Thank you both for joining us, and just if there's anything you need to chime in on, just go ahead and do it. But yeah, volunteers and we're let's put it this way: with volunteerism, anything you want to contribute is welcome. We're not gonna put somebody in a place and tell them this is what you have to do because this is all we have. We've got lots of things you can do, and you can even go and do it on your own, and then come back and say, "Look at this pirate thing I did," and then we can be like, "That's awesome." So we appreciate any of that, but we'll be so when we have all of our nominations, we will have this. We will break for lunch, and then after we come back, there will be a presentation over lunch, and when we come back, we will give everybody time to speak to the nominations, a few minutes, and then we will begin voting. We will have a voting form open. Go ahead, Joe.
If you have the link, please join. That means that if you do have the link to join us in the Jitsi, then that means like you already have permission.
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody that has gotten a copy of the link to the Jitsi, go ahead and join. And anybody that gets nominated that does not already have a link to the Jitsi will get that. So we'll make sure you get it. So all right. So let's roll into nominations. How much time do we spend? Not that much. That's good. We're good. We're good on time so far. Not too many. First on my list is Director of Public Relations. Do we have any nominations for Director of Public Relations?
Let me see.
And anybody on any of the chats, anybody can raise their hand if you have a nomination for public relations.
We do not have a public relations.
What's the definition of the position?
Oh, well, that's a good thing. I should probably pull that up, shouldn't I?
Would that be like a de facto swarm care manager?
No.
No,
No.
that's one.
Or swarm care, okay.
I have the position right here.
You have it?
I apologize. The Director of Public Relations, who shall administrate social media accounts, advise the PNC on its image and reputation, readily communicate with the public and press, and orchestrate opportunities for pirates to appear publicly.
Okay. So I went bottom up. So we can, if we don't have any nominations at this time, that's fine. We can move on. And when we go to voting, we'll just have a voting line for public relations.
Okay.
You don't need it. And honestly, we can just have a voting line for each position. Nominees will be formal, but not necessarily. You can just have a vote. We can just have a voting line.
Yeah, that's what I was planning.
Yeah,
on.
you can just have a voting line. That's fine. Simplify the work that needs to be done. Okay, so I'm almost at the. Oh, why do I
If I
have
could
this?
request to have Wanda identify.
Well, we actually spoke up for marking her down for nomination for everything. But I don't. Do you, V? If you're listening, are you accepting the public relations then, not as a nominate?
I was thinking
Nominee?
V would be good for it because V always is on top of that anyways.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So V, if you're listening, is that what you would accept the nomination for what we just said? The Director of Public
Please.
Relations?
All right. Well, while that gets
Yeah.
settled, Wanda, you've joined us. Would you please identify?
Hello, I'm Wanda from Florida.
Awesome. Thank you. Glad you're with us. So we have. Go ahead, Wanda.
I was just saying thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So why did that? That's interesting.
Oh, my apologies. V said mark them down for everything. So
Cool.
they're okay. My bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll have at least one nominee. Okay. So I'm going to call out for.
If I can just speak up briefly on the position of Director of Public Relations. I believe that that's a position that doesn't need to be constantly at meetings. That's just someone that is just keeping an eye on things, and if they don't like the direction, can speak up on it. If they see something or notice something, they can talk to us about it. But that's just someone keeping an eye on the image of pirates nationwide. And since I don't believe that has to be a frequent attendee and someone that can be relatively hands-off, I would like to nominate James O'Keefe.
Ooh.
And it is an administration of social media accounts. That is part of the responsibility. So it is a little bit of an IT deal.
Wait, what am I being nominated for?
Director of PR.
Oh, man.
It's okay, Jamie.
And I don't have enough time to deal with Massachusetts, man, or even IT stuff. So I don't know. One more hat to wear. Ooh.
Yeah, you missed my build up. That was my justification for you. So if you're denying it, Jamie, we can move on.
If there's someone who can put in the time, I would always recommend that they do it over me. If there's no one to do it, even though I'm trying to get out of social media and it just keeps pulling me back in, I'll do what I can do. So, anyways.
Okay, so that's two. We have Jamie and V. That's awesome. That's good enough for me. Well, the next thing is web admin and director of the online, which may or may not be a little more up Jamie's alley.
Yeah, I would think Jamie would be better for web admin because then he would only have to be there when there's a problem.
Right. That would be true.
Whereas, in my opinion, I think V making sure our image is good, Jamie making sure that when stuff breaks, we can call him up and be like, Jamie, save us.
It might be a little less of a commitment.
Smidgen less. Which he already keeps. To be honest, his in-kind donation was in keeping us online. So that's kind of where Jamie's at already, meaning that he's already doing that job, which is where my nomination for Jamie is actually going to go, is in the director, the web admin. Jamie, would you accept that nomination instead? Seeing that you're already doing the work.
I wouldn't say that I'm doing the work. I'm trying my best. So
that's all we can ask.
Do it. I mean, I would love it if I know Rose had said she wanted to work on that, but I know she's horribly busy, as are we all. So, I mean, I will not turn it down.
Okay. We have any other nominees for director of the online?
No. I
See
didn't.
anything on any of the chats?
Oh yeah, sorry. I think you're talking about.
Yeah, that's a call out for everybody.
Roland said every tribe needs chieftains to wear hats proudly. That was actually a great comment.
Okay. All right. So if we don't have any other nominees for that, we can move on to the stuff that more people are interested in. Swarm Care Manager. We have nominees for Swarm
Um,
Care Manager.
Yes. 1 moment.
Awesome.
Well, you open
We have technically, since V threw in for all, so we have 3. We have my apologies first of all if I'm pronouncing any names wrong. I do not do it on purpose. So we have Frank Flores for USPP Swarm Care Manager, Johnny Robinson for Swarm Care Manager, and V for Swarm Care Manager. That is the 3 that I have listed here.
Okay, awesome.
Do you know who nominated Frank?
That would be me.
Mitch.
Okay, gotcha.
But is Frank here?
No.
Frank's
No, he's
not,
not.
not right now.
Okay, that's fine.
We can.
I can ping him.
Yeah, if you want to ping him and see if he's make sure that he's accepting of that nomination.
I suspect that he might not, but I'll confirm that.
And then Johnny Robinson.
Johnny's a member from Pennsylvania. I can make sure that he is available. And let me put that here. There we go.
Do you have an extra pen?
Yes, I do. Tried to come prepared. That didn't always work. Doesn't always work, but I actually came over prepared, so yeah, that's okay. All right.
Frank. Who's the other person? Frank V and
Johnny Robinson.
is that Johnny with an H?
1 second.
No, yes.
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 Johnnny.
I mentioned donation in kind, so I made sure to make my yearly contribution to the Pirate Party.
So I completely messed up when it came to the treasury stuff. So I have to go back till 2022 and recreate everything. But I am not looking to be the treasurer again. Sorry.
Do we have any other nominations for Swarm Care? That's 3, but we're waiting on confirmation.
No, just run it down again. Frank, Johnny, V.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Well, then we can move on to Bean Counter Auditor.
All right. So for auditor, let me skim this real quick. Okay. We have Dustin Etz.
Okay.
V. And that is all, unless someone speaks up from the chat.
Chat or on the stream, if you want to, if you raise your hand. By the way, anybody on the stream, just raise your hand to be recognized. If and we will.
V, I see you said if should I get Frank? If you could get Frank, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
If he's available. If he accepts.
I mean, they have technically, if correct me where I'm wrong, they have all the way up until tomorrow to accept, right?
Yeah, well, I would say
we
it
want
would
to
be-
accept today.
I would appreciate it if everybody has accepted before the lunch break at noon Central, which, if adjust for your own time. That's when I have us going to break. So if we can have everybody nominated and accepted by that time, that way we can make sure everybody knows who is nominated and accepted.
Yeah.
You can still technically vote for anybody you want to, but note that if you vote for somebody that doesn't want the position, that's
Just a waste of time.
it's a little bit of a wasted vote. So, but okay, we have several for auditor. We have more than one for auditors. Look out.
I'll accept that nomination. I didn't know I was nominated.
Oh, there you go. Sorry about that, Dustin. I forgot. I assumed that those were confirmed nominations. Thank you.
So are you
Yes, he
accepting?
auditor.
Okay.
Were you able to get in touch with Johnny?
I sent him a message. I'm not sure what his I'll just have to see. I don't know. Maybe if it was a self nomination, if V got a self nomination from Johnny, then we can confirm that. And
No, I
you nominated him? Okay. All right. Well, then we'll wait. We'll see if we can get him to confirm. And I also sent him the link. I also sent him the link to the Jitsi so that if he does accept, he can join, and so that this afternoon he can have a few minutes to talk. All right. We are moving through these at a decent pace, which is good. Okay. So the next nomination is for lookout or state moderator, state moderator / lookout.
All right. So
do we need a definition of that?
I
I have it pulled up here. The lookout or state moderator. I keep wanting to say monitor.
Well,
The lookout or state moderator who shall ensure that disputes between states have an impartial party who will help produce a resolution. The person will also work with each state to state party to develop and enforce a pirate code of conduct. This is not so much of a problem right now, but it could be at any time. If we get states that go rogue and no longer really adhere to the core values, we would like somebody to be able to act as a moderator, or as somebody to talk to that is. I'm assuming it's just
An
somebody.
arbitrator?
Yeah, it's like an arbitrator position.
when I was originally, I was the one who was really pushing for this position originally, and the person who I had in mind for that position originally was somebody who's been doing it since day one, since I've been part of the party. Talking about you, Liz, who literally has been watching out and watching over us from New York this entire time. And even though Liz is the very definition of this position is to be there when we need you and always looking out for the party. And right now, the current person who has accepted that position, formerly known as Swarm Care. And how has the position been?
How is Lookout or Swarm Care?
I believe we're talking about Lookout.
We're looking lookout right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned Swarm Care a second ago. That's why I got confused. Lookout is fun. Well, first of all, we get along great, so there's nothing to worry about. But should your name and number get called, arbitrate. Be the level-headed person. And you know what? When you're dealing with level-headed people, it shouldn't be hard to find level heads. So
Yeah, anybody that's been paying attention to the PNC meetings the past year knows that we pretty much usually do things by consensus, and even if we have objections, we usually work them out. And so we've been operating pretty conflict free, which is kind of amazing for a political party. But I think that speaks well of our core values, and that we're actively practicing our core values. So,
Now, I have to say one thing about the position, though, is that one of the things I've noticed about people who have taken this position, or specifically this gentleman right here, is he's gone above and beyond and been there for the states. And just, And I think that's kind of the unwritten rule with this position is just being available when a state needs you. So,
And I believe this is also another position that is one that does not require you to be at all of the official meetings. So it's less of a commitment that way. The rest of these, the last four, are ones where you pretty much need to commit to all of our meetings. I mean, that's what I'm asking for, at least in the upfront.
As Mitch would put it, consistency. They need consistency.
Yep.
So those names.
So my question to Joe is, do you have any nominations, or
I'm just going to throw Liz's name in there just because I have no idea if she'll accept.
Is Liz with us in the Discord or the?
She is the Discord.
Yeah, I know. I know. Like, yeah, but can we see if we can get her to confirm that she'd be willing to?
I'm also going
serve.
to nominate Mitch again because
And I shall accept that nomination.
Mitch and V is confirmed.
And then we also have
V again. V for everything.
V for everything.
V for everything.
I think that should be her campaign.
Yeah, we're just gonna call V. We're just gonna call V for everything. Because that almost sounds like an awesome.
It's even for vendettas.
I was going to say.
And for vendettas.
V for vendetta? No. V for
everything.
So Rose,
we appreciate you, V. You do a lot of hard work for us, and you're really good at keeping people on track with tasks.
Yeah, definitely one of the unsung heroes, which is why I am completely okay with V for everything.
V for everything. Yeah, absolutely. V for whatever they want to do. Again, this is another thing when it comes to the Pirate Party. Come and contribute in any way that you want or feel comfortable or feel happy with. We welcome all of it. Like I said, money, volunteerism, anything you want to contribute, even if it's just, hey, I made a cool graphic. Like, here, you guys, put it in the Discord somewhere and where you think it fits. All that stuff. That's all awesome stuff. So we appreciate it.
Frank, thank you for responding. Frank has denied the nomination at this time.
For Swarm Care?
Yes. So,
Okay. So we've got V and Johnny. And if I know Johnny, he might begrudgingly accept it anyways. So we'll keep him penciled in for now until I hear otherwise. We are at okay. Anything else for state moderator?
I'm going to nominate Rose as well.
Okay.
I think, as a position, Rose being busy and all, I understand that they can't attend every meeting.
Right.
However, this is one that I think that Rose could be a good level head being here for so long.
We've missed Yari.
Yeah, we really have. Yari, come back. What's going on?
We miss you.
Graduate already. Let's go.
Yeah. Tell those advisors where to stick it.
Do what I did. Say you're finished.
No, but we also understand anybody that gets super busy and needs some away time. Plus, burnout is a thing. Listen, if you get in one of these positions and you need a break, just let us know. It's all good. We're fine. We're pretty chill. We're understanding pirates. Again, I think that just goes to our core values and just the kind of people that we are. We're community oriented, and when you're a pirate, you're in the community. So, we help each other out. Which something I forgot to say at the beginning is several people have helped me out to get here today in Chicago, and you know who all you are. I super appreciate it. 2 of them are sitting here today. It was really, really, really appreciated. So thank you all for helping me get here to be in person for our Chicago conference. And so this is the kind of people that we are. We help each other out. So So yeah, and that goes along with the party. We help each other out to cover things when we need to, and a lot of this stuff is not really. We're a volunteer-based organization, so if there's something you want to do, just go ahead and do it. You don't need permission.
As long as it's core value.
Yeah, as long as you feel like it hits our core values.
It is better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Yes,
I agree. That is one of my philosophies too. And be willing to accept a little bit of criticism if you do something on your own and then you get criticized for it. We're not going to tear you apart, but we might give you some feedback.
I might tear you apart.
He might. Joe might.
Be
You want
good
the
and be
rest
good at it.
of the names?
For Lookout.
Yeah, look out. There's 2 more.
Okay, so we have 2 more names for Lookout.
Just saying.
Yep. So Rowan Tipping and
Rowan?
Michael C, which is the current scribe. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Rowan Tipping and Michael C. So if they could say if they,
Yeah, Rowan and Michael. I know. I don't know. Michael was on this morning in the Discord, wasn't he, or in the chat?
I cannot recall.
I think
He was.
I think he was. So, Michael, if you would like to accept the nomination for Lookout, and same with Rowan, we're gonna throw that out there. Okay, so that was the end of it. That's
That's
quite
the
a
end of
few.
Lookout.
That's 1,
Those
2,
were-
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Ron
That's-
and Michael were Lookout nominations?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So I have 7 people down for Lookout nominations. So that's quite a few. Why is
Michael's asking how long he has to think about it.
he has until our lunch break,
Yeah, that's
which will be at 12 Central.
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 Yeah.
We did gotta emphasize.
12
So
Central.
less than an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's not that long, but
Write your will, testimony, and do what you need to.
yeah. All right.
Have a coffin picked out while you're at it.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. So rolling into these last 4 are nominations for the positions that do need commitment. This is the first one is probably the biggest commitment. Well, maybe not. Maybe the second biggest commitment, but it is for scribe or secretary. And honestly, that's the record keeper.
Rowan accepts the nomination for state moderator.
Rowan does accept. Okay.
Oh, that was for Sam.
Yeah.
So we're looking to hear from Michael and Yari, if possible, before
Did Liz-
lunchtime.
Did Liz accept?
Oh no! You know what? I don't
He's
know.
Not said anything yet. Nor has Yari.
Okay. Well, Yari's been a little absent, and that's totally understandable if if life has gotten in the way, because sometimes life gets in the way.
Yeah, it happened to me a few weeks ago.
Mhm.
I just could not do it.
So the floor is open for nominations for secretary/scribe.
We have Michael C again, and that's all I have. And V.
V.
And V.
V.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not forget V and Michael.
I'll self-nominate.
Ben, self-nomination.
I'll also self-nominate.
All right. I'm good on that. No, thank you. I'm good.
All right, so we have to confirm with Michael. That he'd be willing to accept for secretary.
I think
And
Michael makes a great scribe.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm sure the next one will do great. I'm just saying from
Unless
past
the next one's
performance.
Michael again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I think it's good to have some consistency in those positions too.
Michael was a self-nom for scribe, so he is good to go on that.
okay, good.
okay.
And then so that's four for secretary, scribe. Do we have any other nominations? I'm gonna go last call for nominations on Scribe. Anything in the Discord or chat? Not seeing anything there. Awesome. Okay. So here's the big one, Joe. Here's the big controversial one. Quartermaster / treasurer.
Pick somebody else.
Pick somebody else, he says.
I nominate Ben.
So
I
Ben
accept Joe's nomination.
Okay.
duly nominated, and he is also listed.
And you were
Awesome.
listed before, so that's the second nomination.
That is a
And
sweet-
V.
The people are begging for Ben.
Ben's the treasurer.
And of course V.
V. Yep. V for everything.
And I would like to. I'll nominate Dustin Nets for this position as well.
For the sake of fun, I'll accept.
Okay. Thank you, Dustin. Anything anybody wants to? Joe, maybe you can while we have a few minutes here, can you describe what needs to be done and what's before you hand things off?
Sure. So the position itself is a relatively simple one. You're monitoring bank accounts, and really you're just the babysitter for the bank account for the most part. However, you do have to file quarterly with the FEC. There's the filing software. There's yearly trainings. So those yearly trainings are really geared for a lot of funds going in and out. But the most important part is understanding the regulations on how funds can be spent. And at this point, with us being smaller, it's more of an honorary position, with the exception that you do have to file regularly. Now, one of the things that I'm running into, and I'm going to make sure that whoever I pass it off to doesn't have to deal with this, is there was some data lost, and for some reason it didn't file. I don't know if it's my laptop or what, but I have to go back in and fix all that. And so it is a little bit of a tedious process. I can tell you, though, that the people down at the FEC are phenomenal to work with. They are so easygoing, and they are such a phenomenal resource. They just want to make sure that we're being transparent, and that's pretty much it. It was very easy to pull all the records to send to Ben when he was doing the audit. It was very easy to. It's an easy job if you're okay with doing stuff online. So that being said, it has been a phenomenal experience. I've done it for years now with almost no hiccups except for this last big one. It's more just making sure you're there every month to get the stuff checked, get it done, make sure everything is right, making sure we're not bleeding money, and making sure that things are spent correctly. So uploading documents and checking receipts and stuff like that. So if you've had any amount of like bookkeeping or budgeting, it's definitely an easy position.
That last part is, I think, a lot of the key is anybody that has ever done bookkeeping or, and that's a lot of people. That's not like somebody that's official, but
I'd say bookkeeping in the sense that if you can balance a check.
Thank you for that clarification.
It's not like high advanced accounting where you have to do 10,000 lines of code just to file your taxes.
Yeah.
It is nothing like that. It is way simpler. The FEC, again, it's not something that you're going to go into without a huge resource of training. And of course, I would be absolutely happy to walk through anybody in this position. I'm not just going to be leaving the party by any wild stretch of imagination. I will help walk anybody who's accepting this position into getting quite comfortable and making sure that it's getting done accurately. Because it's all about, it's one of the key positions for transparency and making sure we stay transparent. So, as far as that whole transparency and governance goes, it's one of the key positions to make sure things are done right. So, be the change you want to see. So,
Okay, awesome. Any other nominations for treasurer / quartermaster? I'm going to go last call for that. And then I think it's probably smart to take a break and reset the stream. because I see we're in an hour and 14 minutes. So, and you usually hard cuts us off at an hour of streaming. So,
We can do that.
yeah, I think it would be a good time to do that. Then we'll do vice chair and chair when we come back, which is just a blip. It'll be 30 seconds more or less.
Just give me one momento.
So what specific time? Because I'm going to try to compose a tweet.
Oh, well,
I'm just gonna stop it and restart
The
it.
first day of the U.S. Pirate Party annual conference is live.
Okay, that's good enough.
yeah. Is it all we have to do? We don't have to close out we don't have to. Okay, welcome back.
Yeah, I think it worked.
Okay. So that was our commercial break with no commercials.
Can you send me the YouTube link, please?
Yes.
I don't actually.
Okay. All right. So did we have any other last minute treasurer nominations? We have Ben, V, and Dustin.
Thank you. 1 second. Let me double check.
Just in the nick of time.
Yeah, that was 7 minutes, but we did the rundown. We gave Joe the floor for the rundown to
Nope.
make sure.
That's all.
That's it? Okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
Mm.
Then we are rolling into first officer / vice chair / vice / whatever you want to call vice chair. First officer, EXO.
What is the responsibilities of vice chair?
Oh, I can pull it. I have that pulled up. Let me get back to our wiki. The first officer or vice chair who shall assist the captain in managing the administration and operations of the PNC and act as primary leader of USPP committees and secondary spokesperson of the party. The first officer will assume responsibility for all meetings held by party recognized committees and conduct business on behalf of the captain or quartermaster in the event of either is absent or incapacitated. So essentially what that means is that the captain or the quartermaster needs to communicate with the vice chair or EXO if they're not going to be there, and if the treasurer needs to send a report, just even if it's just a bank balance report, they should send that to the vice chair to then be reported to the PNC. And obviously, the vice chair is the first person in line to fill in for the captain. If the captain cannot be available to run a meeting or act in as the captain in any time that the captain is not available.
Now, I do have a question. Ty, how has it been being first officer?
Right now, I'm composing a tweet while listening to you guys, while also pulling names.
Ty has put in quite a lot of work to make this conference, and it has been in assistance to the chair. I would say three of us that are here, and Joe has been helping in the background a bit too to make this thing happen. A lot of the legwork was done by Ty and Mitch to get us our space and to try and organize this thing. And so I have massively appreciated the work that the two of them have done. So I'm actually going to nominate both of them.
I'll accept.
Accept. You really do have to be tentative. You have to pay attention a lot, especially to what everyone is saying. Like, and if it's a bad idea or you got to kind of steer them back on. Or, for example, Drew last night was talking, and I was like, "But what about this?" And he was like, "You know what? Thank you for reminding me about that." So you always have to not be afraid to chime in when something is not filled in.
Yeah, I'm not really a dictator, so
you have to kind of do that. And as far as the committees goes, being the chair of all of them, you do want to make sure they're condicive. They are operating. They're happening. At least kind of ask questions here and there. They really operate themselves, which is awesome. They're really autonomous to that's just how it works. But occasionally, maybe just kind of ask questions or poke your head in. Attend various meetings that they have. Right now, they're basically asynchronous. I kind of said that wrong, but they're kind of just happening as they need to be, and they meet when they want to meet and voice. But it is hard work. You do have to show up at every meeting. And there are times where the captain may not be there, and you do have to be there, whether it is a formal or informal meeting. I'm not a fan of informal meetings. You will see me all the time calling informal meetings off because I don't like them. Because we have such great ideas, I want them to be actually recorded and voted on that day, rather than collecting them and then voting on them the next time. That piles our next meetings up. So you do have to be, I guess, you want to be kind of like timeline based. You do want to keep a good timeline of things. Yeah, you kind of just have to be everywhere and at all the time. Like I made the graphics. No one was making the graphics. Well, I'm not upset. I'm not saying it, but for the conference, like the little video thing, you got to kind of think outside the box. What isn't being done and just do it. But anybody can do that. But as a vice chair, it does fall back on you. That is your responsibility.
I also would like to nominate Drew.
Yeah.
Because I don't see his name on this list very much.
No, I'm not on the list.
And we
I'll
got
take
V,
that.
right?
V for everything.
Did you say V? Yeah.
So that way we have at least 4 people's names in there. Thank you for accepting.
Yeah, I'll accept.
So it's smooth operating. It's just you have to be very tentative. You have to be very punctual. So.
No, and I think you've done a phenomenal job at it. I think you really have.
Absolutely. And might I say, the best way to avoid informal meetings is to have people show up. Folks,
yes.
If you want to volunteer with the United States Pirate Party and you want to have a pirate party in your state, because who wouldn't? Come and attend an IRC meeting. It's chat-based. It's easy. Introduce yourself, get to know it, and once you're comfortable, attend JITSI. You need a representative to be a state party. Why not be your state's representative?
And I'd like to just take a moment to say, Rich, thank you for joining us. And, we're very excited by what Vermin Supreme is going to be doing. And, I've always been I'll tell you straight, I was wishy-washy about whether or not I want Vermin Supreme to really represent us. But
well, let's put a pin in that one.
But
we'll come back to that very soon.
Okay, but
sure, no, go ahead and finish. But
there was just one thing that made me Vermin Supreme won me over to his cause when he talked about his gun control, how he wanted to take guns away to give us better ones, and I support that 100%.
Gun buybacks to give you better ones.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want that?
That sounds like a great idea. Upgrades, yeah, free upgrades. That sounds free upgrades from.
I mean, that's what this country was built on.
Free upgrades. Well, at least recently, anyways. I mean, that's what Microsoft has been doing. Although, Microsoft is not my favorite corporation. Although I don't like any corporation. So.
No. I love Microsoft.
Uh-oh.
And corporate personhood. Damn it.
Corporate accountability.
Yeah, we need so let's get big money out of corporate money out of politics. That's numero uno.
Big tech money.
Big tech
That's
money.
right.
We hate big tech. We hate big tech because they shitify everything.
Yeah.
Hey, we hate patents too. I'm calling out all our enemies.
Fair enough. Any
Well, it's a death of innovation, so yes.
Yes.
Any last nominations for vice chair, first officer, XO?
Has Mitch been nominated?
Yes, Mitch has been nominated and accepted.
Okay.
I would like to nominate Eli.
Eli, are you willing to accept that nomination?
Nomination accepted.
Okay.
I need to lose something, so might as well lose this.
So true.
Well, I appreciate everybody being a good sport by taking any nominations they're not really that excited about, but for the purposes of process. So I appreciate all of those.
Actually, can Can I go back and nominate Eli for one other position?
You would like to retroactively nominate Eli
If you're
for.
okay with that, Eli. I would like to add him to the public relations list.
Would you be willing to accept that, Eli?
Yeah, nomination also accepted.
A lot less work, and it's just to keeping an eye on all of our social media accounts. So
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we're done here, we'll kind of give it a rundown of who's been nominated for what and what we have confirmed, and then who we're waiting on confirmations from.
plus that makes it so that Jamie has a shot at getting out of it.
It's probably not a bad idea. Okay. As we're about done with that. Okay. Nominations for captain or chair. And I can read the captain or chair shall manage all administration and operations of the PNC, act as chairperson and primary spokesperson of the party, and facilitate PNC meetings. Honestly, the biggest thing is to facilitate the PNC meetings. That is one of the biggest things. Most everything else can be delegated. I mean, anybody else that helps, you are the ultimate authority for management and stuff. But I will say that, yeah, the biggest thing is to be able to facilitate the meetings, make sure.
You have an assistant.
Yes. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. That, a lot of these positions are in support of that main goal or that main person's position. And so that's why I say, even though it says manage the administration of operations, a lot of it is just trying to make sure things that are required are taken care of. Like when you get emails from the FEC that says we're late on something, you ping the treasurer and say, hey, did you do this? Or is there anything going on? Can I help you? What do we need? Is there something we need to do? So stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. You are kind of the manager, and anybody that has any experience with either a chairmanship or a manager position, to do that. Looks like I see a hand.
Typically, though, the chair is not allowed to vote. Correct.
That is correct. The chair, if the chair is also a member of the PNC, like if they are a chair of a state party, that state will need to find a different representative. So the chair does not have an official vote. The chair is amazingly influential, though.
Naturally, it comes with the territory.
Yeah, it does kind of come with the territory. So, yeah, that is the one thing. If you want to vote, you can be any of these other positions and still hold a PNC state position. So, nominations are open.
So we have you, Drew. We
Yep,
have
I will
V,
accept.
V for everything. And then
V for
whoever
everything.
else wants to self-nominate or
I nominate Mitch.
Oh, you rat. I'll accept.
Mitch. Okay.
I'd like to nominate Joe.
With all my heart now.
Oh.
Well, here's the thing. I once ran the party, and when I left that position, I promised I would never do it again. I'm here to serve, not run. So I'd much rather devote my energies to being absolutely anything else than being the chair or vice chair. But you can nominate me for anything else, and I'll cry.
Did you get nominated for anything else, Joe?
I did not.
Hey, can I retroactively nominate Joe then for vice chair and Swarm?
Well, I think he just said no vice chair.
Oh, you didn't. Oh, you don't want vice chair.
Well, that's up to him.
Fine. I'll accept nomination for both vice chair
Okay.
and Swarm Care.
And
Vice chair's
also
like a mix.
tie for Swarm care as well.
Oh no.
Okay,
No.
right on.
Hey,
Yeah, no, I can't.
If I accept it for vice chair,
Oh, you're gonna twist my. All right.
Fair is fair.
I accept.
Fair is
All right.
fair.
This is why this is the in person arm twisting.
so here's the thing about Swarm Care and first and vice chair, they're both the same amount of work.
Yeah, I know. I noticed. I did notice. I do find myself doing the swarm care a lot, actually.
They're very similar.
And I didn't realize it till you just said that, but you're right. I actually ended up doing that. So,
and if I may speak on this as the USPP's longest serving swarm care manager, I'm going to tip my hat on that. It is an incredibly important position, and if I can pat myself on the back, I always viewed myself as the number 3 most important board member, even though you're not. You are not. Don't say that out loud because you're not. But the way that you operate and the way you reach out to people, it's incredibly important. The way that you're getting state members involved, state parties involved. And the thing with the United States Pirate Party, which is something I've always preached, is that the most beautiful thing about this party is that the more local you get, the more localized your pirate party gets. And that no 2 pirate parties look the same. The Pennsylvania Pirate Party does not look like the Illinois Pirate Party, and the Chicagoland Pirate Party doesn't look like the Pirate Party of Philadelphia. And that's exactly what we want. But we are still unified under core values. And it is not only determining if the core values are met, but seeing the people that want to prove themselves and say that I think that I do meet the core values and I think I can contribute to the Pirate Party. In my position, I've reached out to people who have gone out of their way to make a Facebook or a Twitter for their state Pirate Party. To me, those are the ideal candidates because they're the ones that say, hey, look how badly I want this. I'm going out of my way hoping that this starts something. Let's start something. Let's have you be the first person to start it.
That's good. I like that.
Any other nominations for chair? I have myself, V, and Mitch. Ty, I'm going to nominate you.
Okay.
Perfect.
Do you accept
Oh, man.
for chair?
Do it.
Oh, yeah.
It's a loaded question.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. Joe's over here pointing finger guns.
I'm sorry about me not accepting the chair or captain position, but it's really just, absolute power corrupts absolutely. I don't know how you do
Oh,
it.
I'm very corrupt. I mean, if anybody wants to throw me money, that doesn't mean I'm going to do anything for you, but I'll take the money.
Oh, we can get money?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not really, but
Oh.
I'm
Yeah,
just
you
saying
got
I'm
it.
willing.
You can ask. You can certainly ask
Is
for
that
money.
Canadian money?
No.
Oh, those are
Actual
those are dollar coins.
gold dollar coins.
Yeah, presidential dollar coins.
$3 richer.
Yeah, like there it is. I can buy a couple sodas then. Not that I need to because I have a whole case of them back here.
IRS has entered the chat.
IRS has entered the chat. FEC has entered the chat. Wait, there's money money's being tossed around at the Pirate Party convention. Oh no. So the question, back to the question. Do you accept?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I suppose so.
Any last minute? Any other last minute before we close? Sort of semi-close until noon for the nominations. Actually, we'll do a rundown before we break for lunch. But so hopefully, if everybody can get back to us by then, to do that. I'm not hearing anything else. Anything in the chat?
And I just want to say from me, thank you to everyone, Ben, everyone here, and Ben watching the chat, and everybody else watching the chat. Thank you very much. That is really nice of you guys.
Well, I have to say, Ty, you put in the work.
I feel like I've done nothing, to be honest. Like I feel like I don't know. It's
That's
like
the
imposter
magic of it all.
syndrome. You're not supposed to do it. You know what I mean? It feels like you're not supposed to. I don't know if anybody's ever experienced that before.
I forget the name of the psychologist, but the smartest people generally feel the dumbest. The
Oh.
people who do the most work feel like they do nothing.
There's a lot of that. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like
Some of us get
straight-
burned out real easy too.
Understood.
Well, I took my breaks a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
and those
yeah.
were well needed. I was really tired. I was just like, like physically tired. I just couldn't stand up. I was out.
All right. So with no other nominations for chair, captain, we will move forward with discussion. This is I'm just going to open up the floor. General presidential candidate discussion for 30 minutes. And Ty, I'm gonna spin this around for you.
For president?
Well, just be our chairman for a few minutes.
So what are we doing? Presidential?
Yeah, we're talking
just talking about-
presidential. Just a free form discussion on presidential nominations,
Okay.
not nominations, presidential preferences, and the straw poll that will be coming along with the voting form.
So
And I will be back.
all right. Well, basically, I mean, I have one in mind, but I haven't done the full research on it. The other ones that I did like dropped out or either turned out to just not be a good fit.
Mhm.
I mean, RFK was looking okay, and then there was I was kind of a fan of Andrew Yang, but they're not coming back. And unfortunately, Vivek kind of went down the drain. He looked good at first, but then not so much. I mean, Joe, what do you?
I mean, right now, the Kevin Marshmallows has me sold on Vermin Supreme.
Vermin Supreme. And then there's Vermin.
Mhm.
I want him ready. I'm waiting on that. I do like some of his stuff, but I haven't heard a lot of it.
Vermin has been just absolutely ripping apart candidates from day one for as long as I've known him. And, you know, he doesn't take this incredibly as seriously. But just some of the zingers that he's been able to just completely expose the BS of candidates. And you know what? I think that's kind of what we need right now is somebody to go in and just completely rip apart the people who are all high and mighty. And, you know, I mean, I might not necessarily agree with what he has for clothing and wearing, but, you know, who am I to talk? You know,
You wouldn't wear a boot on your head?
I don't see the need, but glass houses, I suppose.
So, unfortunately, I see a lot of parallels in the political sphere with professional wrestling, a world I'm very acclimated with. And years ago, a wrestler that people may know as Sami Zayn today wrestled on the independent scene under the name of El Generico. Now, El Generico was the generic luchador. That was his gimmick. Didn't speak Spanish or English. But people saw El Generico and said, that's funny. And then when he wrestled, they're like, oh, he's good. And the thing with Vermin is I view him as kind of that. Like, yeah, you're paying attention because, oh, he looks weird, or that, oh, that's funny. But as soon as Vermin starts talking, as soon as you start listening to what he's saying, it's not so crazy beneath the surface. Well, he's actually a very level-headed candidate. And I actually think that if people can see what he's doing and say, okay, I understand the campaign methodology, and I understand, you know, why he's doing what he's doing, and I'm going to pay attention to his party, to his platform, and what he's actually advocating for. Vermin's the guy.
You put your hand up by accident, or Ben?
Or no, I believe Ben. Just
Ben,
would like
yeah,
to
Ben.
speak.
Sorry.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask. So, somebody that's totally unfamiliar with the Vermin Supreme platform, with the people who are kind of more acquainted, kind of beyond the gun upgrades. What are some of the other things that he's been talking about?
Well, I look at it as way as with the clothes and things like that. There's a term I learned a few years ago, and it's called peacocking. It's where you're so out there and you want to attract the attention, or you just want to be yourself, but it's very out there. And then people go, exactly what we all said. Well, that doesn't look weird. But then when you hear him talk, we're hearing him talk because we're curious what he has to say, because of the outward appearance. And then they get you. That's how they get you.
So I mean,
There's no question on his intelligence. Absolutely no question. He's a very brilliant man. And so, it really falls down to what are his policies and what he's doing. And, I'm a weird looking dude myself, So at this point, I'm interested more in what he wants to make and what he wants to do. But, and so I'm willing to give him a chance. And Rich is actually, sorry, I have to get a little closer because I'm blind. Rich is making some commentary in the chat. Rich, would you like to join us in the Jitsi?
Yeah, by all means, Rich. You're not disinvited. In fact, we would love to have you. In fact, Rich, if you're in the Discord, we'll be able to get you that link right away. If you wanna ping me in the conference, in the Steal This Conference page, Kimchi, you'll be able to. I'll be able to send it to you.
yeah.
And hello, Desiree. I see you popped in. You know what? I have Desiree on Discord. Desiree, could I send you the Jitsi? And if you could send it to Rich, and if you both would like to join, you're both welcome to.
I put the Discord link in the YouTube chat.
Okay, right on. Thank you.
Also, to reiterate for anyone joining and everyone just coming back or what it may be, you're more than welcome to chime in with your presidential discussion. Who's your select or maybe not, or preferably who you prefer and why? That'd be nice.
I can tell you who I don't prefer.
Oh, okay.
I don't want Trumpty Dumpty, and I don't want Sleepy Joe.
Yes. Yeah.
I like Chase Oliver.
I mean, let's go Brandon.
Chase Oliver. With
the Libertarian Party.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. He's.
I mean, as libertarians go, he seems about as level-headed as you get.
I was going to say that. Yeah.
Didn't Trump get booed at the Didn't he try?
I recapped on this last night in the Hove. Drew and I were watching it.
Totally missed it.
No, Drew and I were watching it. I was looking originally for another channel, and then C-SPAN came up first, and it was Trump getting booed, literally at the Libertarian Party. He says, many libertarians are voting for me, and they're booing him at the same time he's saying this. I'm like, well, that's clearly a lie. And he just keeps talking. I'm surprised no one threw anything on the stage. But he has a Secret Service there, right? So no one's going to even attempt that. But yeah, it was a train wreck. I don't even know why he stayed on the stage. I would be embarrassed. Well, I wouldn't be Trump to begin with, but I'm just saying, if I was getting booed like that, I would just humble myself off the stage.
I don't think humble.
I feel like that probably would have been a worse look for him, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. We were just talking about last night how we were watching Trump getting booed, the recaps.
Yeah. The duopoly has put this whole country in a very bad position. I mean, as much as I would love to not reelect, as much as I would like to elect a president that is not of the duopoly, so far this year it doesn't look like that's viable. But so it's a bad position that the duopoly has put us in. And I just think that, the reality is both of these guys are reruns. I don't think either one is very popular. And both parties have shut down the primary process, which is the only way by which you can that the American people can have any influence on who they nominate. Well, if they're going to take the nomination off the table, which they've done, I mean, I don't know how you can see any more that this is not neither of these parties cares about the people. So,
And we invited Rich to come on the Discord.
oh, okay,
or
great.
Fujitsu.
Yeah, there'll be some.
Hi, Rich, would you mind just identifying who you are and tell us a little bit about yourself real quick?
Also,
You're muted right now. No, it'll be all in one form. It's all one form. We reveal them tomorrow.
Hey, everybody.
Now you're on.
All right, great. Yeah, I wanted to make a pitch for Vermin on behalf of Vermin and Dez in the chat. I think I was reading your party platform, love the IP stuff, and the access to information and privacy for the individuals. Because you're a new party, you're starting out and getting a big splash of attention with somebody who's ideologically aligned with the Pirate Party would be a great start for the many elections to come, where you get your name out there. His goal is to get more people to run. He goes on the right to run along with the right to vote. And if you want to get on more ballots, not just this year, but in future elections, this would be a great way to get a few on this year, and then in 4 years, continue to build that coalition of left libertarian, privacy and piracy.
We call those digital rights.
In copyright.
Digital rights.
Yeah, we're not so much just about blind piracy. We want people to innovate and get what they're looking for. We're more like copyright reform, and so if you make something, yes, you should have a right to do it, but not for like 70 years. It should be limited. Disney, excuse me. And certain bad actors that are copyright trolls, we really want to push back against those.
And let's not forget about the patent trolls too. They're seriously bad offenders.
But sorry for those small corrections, Rich.
Well, those this is my first time working on a campaign of any political sort, and one thing I've noticed with Vermin is the entire team. It's a collaboration of ideas. It's not top down. There are policies that he wants to get out: free ponies for every American, zombie powered future. He's going to go back in time and kill baby Hitler before he's born with his bare hands, and so he has those like core ideas. But then the way the campaign works is everybody pitches in and does something. I'll come up with an idea, I'll run it by Des, and she's usually like, yeah, sure, it's creative, it's fun, and that's what I'm looking for. But it's something original. What can we do? And there's the innovation in just a political campaign, though somewhat small. It's what can we do together to push these messages of the right to run, direct action, mutual aid, and get them out into the heads of other people and onto the ballots that they'll see not just Vermin Supreme's name, but also U.S. Pirate Party. I think it's a great idea for a coalition.
Well, one of the things about Vermin's campaign is that he kind of takes the piss out of all the politics and all the seriousness of it. And I love that. I love, like, people are like, oh, you're a pirate, and they get a big smile and kick, and it's fun. But then that sticks in their minds. I'm like, yeah, new pirate, not like I'm going to come for your rum.
We'll drink your rum.
We'll drink. I mean, why is the rum gone? But it's always gone. But
I mean, if it's free, it's free.
But one of the things I really like about Vermin is it's not as serious as it needs to be. You can have some fun with this. And so, and then really getting down to some of his policies, or some of the wider policies you were talking about, they make a lot more sense.
Because I'm thinking, just as using meme power, the power of influencers and stuff like that, these ideas of digital rights going out through the megaphone of Vermin gets into the heads of people. And so, and just like you mentioned, these other serious political candidates, it gets into the heads of them as well. And I think that's, though third parties don't make big splashes, they don't win offices and then create policy. Usually, they do get their ideas through running and through ballot access into the discussion of the more serious people.
Well, yeah, one of the things that a lot of people who are, I'm doing a campaign right now, and one of the things people are like, oh, you're not going to win, but it's like, if the people I'm running up against adopt my policies, I still win. You know, if the people who I'm running up against start really taking privacy seriously, they start taking the Fourth Amendment seriously, they start taking transparency seriously, they start making it so that people are not left behind, that the homeless is taken care of, all these things that I'm running for. If they take those things seriously and eliminate me from having to run, yay, I can go and make more money than having to be in politics. You know, so 100%, I understand where you're coming from on that.
Sorry, wanted to ask a question real quick. So, in regards to direct action, what do you mean by that? Like ballot initiatives, or?
I'm taking it from David Graeber, and the idea is to act as if you are already free, and if there's a pothole in the road, you and your community work together to fix the pothole. That's direct action, instead of going to the district and saying, hey, there's a pothole that needs to be fixed. So I'm treating it in that way. And then mutual aid is helping being within the world right now and looking around and asking, where can I help? What can I do to increase the most compassion and curiosity and fun and friendship within every moment?
Okay. So
hell yeah.
There we go.
Can I ask a question of you?
Yeah.
So what is Rainbow Anarchy?
I love it. So I look at it at the bottom of the political horseshoe. You have left libertarians and right libertarians, and it is a mix of any type of anarchy that moves forward the idea that we're all here within a space and we can make decisions individually or collectively without a hierarchy. So there's the anarchy part. The rainbow, I think it's open to all stripes and all flavors. You know, the bottom of the horseshoe idea, and I also think it flies a flag for those who aren't included in binary and binary identification.
That actually makes a lot of sense, because one of the pirate philosophy is that we don't really ask for permission. If there is something to do, just do it. And if you're doing it right, everybody will flock to that area and go with you. That makes total sense. That aligns perfectly, in my opinion. I like that. Hey, my notifications are bumping the thing out of here.
I mean, one of the core fundamental pirates is if you get three pirates together, you can decide, make a decision, and then take action. So
Am I backwards?
So I mean, we're slightly distracted with flags.
Love flags. Flags are great.
And Desiree mentions in the chat that he has a lot of access to young people. I have some kids in my life, and the teenagers around me are attracted to not just an anti-politician, but somebody who's having fun, making jokes. And he gets into the heads of all these kids who take him somewhat seriously, or serious enough to pass the meme on or to throw a sticker somewhere. So getting your pirate party into the heads of the youth would be a huge benefit if you're looking 30, 50 years down and you want to continue the pirate party.
Hopefully we're here in 30 or 50 years, and hopefully we have a few more electoral victories. I mean, you know, so I am an elected pirate, by the way. I'm the pirate constable, which doesn't make any sense, but there you go.
No, you didn't force the pirate law.
I keep the peace at my local pole
Isn't it
and make
wonderful
sure.
that pirate constable is now an official term? Just
It's a
he's
thing.
the pirate constable.
It's a thing. Yeah, it is a thing. So, electoral. Ultimately, yes, that would be amazing. I think being influential. I think with Vermin there is a lot of brand synergy, like you were talking, Rich. I think we have a lot of synergy with a lot of alternative candidates, but Vermin's the one that's here. I mean, and we'll be. We have some presentations here coming up during our lunch break from Vermin, and be glad to check those out. So, I personally don't have any. I mean, honestly, when it comes to actually voting in November, I'm going to probably vote for anybody that is on my ballot that is not the duopoly, because the duopoly is completely corrupt at this point. And if anybody doesn't recognize that, I just don't know what to say anymore. Like, how can you see these primaries be basically canceled? I just don't know what else to say,
One of the other things that I would like to say and add into this is that pirates have a long-standing relationship with the most anarchist movements. I know the Massachusetts chapter regularly attends the anarchist book fair, and there's a lot of the I'm just going to do things myself. That's very piratey, and so there's a lot of alignment between most pirates and most anarchists, or the anarchy style governance. So,
Well, that was a little contradictory, but yeah.
Right. A subgroup of us also work on a practical implementation for a web approach / data structuring approach for making policies through a more, data centric but free will anarchy sort of approach towards policy development. That makes sense. But.
Okay. Just to pause for a moment. Have we heard anything from any of the potential candidates that we're waiting for?
Rowan accepted.
Rowan accepted. Okay.
For the statement.
Yes.
Is anybody able to reach out to Liz to see if she accepts?
She's not responded yet to the message. Michael, do you accept the state moderator nomination?
Okay. So I just wanted to check in on that. But yeah, by all means, anybody can continue this discussion.
On what you were saying, Drew, it was extremely frustrating that the Democrats in my state canceled their primary when that was the entire reason I registered with them in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think there's a lot of people that do that. A lot of people register. A lot of people only vote every 4 years. We see it every election cycle. That voters that never vote any other time vote during presidential elections, and a lot of those people choose and flip flop and choose who they're going. Pardon me. Choose which party they want to vote in, and that's obviously not counting those that have an open primary, and where you can vote for either party. But yeah, there's a lot of that, and I think one of the biggest things that has been done, over the past 20, 30, 40 years, the primary has been the way that these nominations have come about. And we saw the Democrat Party kind of screw over Bernie Years ago in 2008, we saw the Republicans screw over Ron Paul, which and I'm not making an endorsement for either of those guys, but both of those guys are definitely much more freedom oriented than any of the other candidates for their parties. So and to see those parties, torpedo their campaigns, against the will of their voters. Now we just have the blatant, nope, we're just these are our nominees. I think it may be a little less egregious from the Democrats because very rarely is a sitting president not renominated, but still,
I feel like the people should have had the opportunity to vote.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. So yeah, I think this again. It should be sending a message to everybody when that happened that this is not above board anymore, and that system is, to me, it's dead. Like, I think it's dead. It's dead to me. Now you can still do it at the local level, but as far as national elections here with the president, I think that system is dead. And I really think we need to figure something else out. But yeah.
Might I just say, the president is only as powerful as the Congress and Senate allows him to be. So we do have power at local elections. Please know who your state reps are. Please know who your U.S. congressman is. Please know who your senators are. You should know who your senators are. But please put in people that you know. Put in people that you trust. We are going to find ourselves in the duopoly's trap as long as the duopoly not only controls the presidency, but more importantly controls Congress and the Senate. We absolutely should be making noise everywhere.
And I know it seems like before when I was talking about the anarchist stuff, it seemed contradictory, but I'm all about stealing a good idea when I see one.
That's called pirating.
Exactly. And I'm all about self-rule. So if people, in order to self-rule is to run and be a leader. And so that's at the core part of who we are. And that there are some things that align, even though if it's not lining up.
Oh, who just dropped down?
Good way to say that.
You know, I mean, I understand some concepts can kind of not work.
Some are interchangeable, and
But I'm all about stealing a good idea.
Yeah. To add on to what Mitch was saying as well, I always say, if you want to chop a tree down, you don't start at the branches. I mean, if you want to, just to kind of tidy things up, but you chop it at the end, right at the bottom, and then you pull the roots up. And where are those roots? Council, commission, state.
Absolutely.
Those are your roots.
Do you know who your county board members are? Look that up, because you probably don't. And they control a lot in your life.
I do. I was actually just to one of my county commissioners. I was to her wedding recently.
Really? No kidding.
Yeah. It was a fairy wedding. It was super awesome.
I was actually considering filing to run for county commission, but I think I missed the petition deadline.
Oh.
Well, that is very possible at this point. I mean, you're in Florida, Wanda, so you just check with your local board of elections if you don't know for sure. They can point you and let you know the dates and times and signature requirements. But
I think I've already been down there. I think they told me that the deadline was the 13th of May.
Oh.
That seems really early, but
the actual deadline to file to run is the 13th of June, I think. But the petition's deadline was the 13th of May.
That seems
that seems back.
It seems weird.
It does seem weird.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm not in Florida and I don't know anything about Florida election laws, so I unfortunately can't be of much help.
Your local elections office should be able to appoint you.
Yeah, and
Your
did you
courthouse.
So one thing that does make a difference for those of us involved in third party and independent politics is make sure when you go in there that you tell them, basically, instead of trying to tell them you're a pirate, tell them you're an independent.
Yeah, we were just
And that's a very because a lot of states have different there's a different set of rules. Again, this is another two-tiered system. There's a different set of rules for the duopoly versus everybody else, and that's the way it is in Pennsylvania. I think Massachusetts is the same way.
West Virginia is
Yeah.
out of that, thankfully.
Yeah.
So a little bit, maybe not directly on topic, but I think that, if like making maybe not even necessarily part of the platform, but some kind of stance on like disaggregating, like getting rid of the like legal enshrinement of the primary system, right? Because like all of that it's aconstitutional, right? Like it has nothing to do with, the electoral systems as they've set up. It's all just kind of like legislatively been appended due to the duopoly. And so if we can kind of move away, and I think, that this is something I find interesting about, Vermin and his campaign is, improving ballot access for people, because, like there's no reason why it should be that way other than it just is because of the two-party system. And so like, getting some kind of, coherent statement around that, getting, these kind of two-tier, ballot requirements out of, state electoral systems, and then, reforming kind of the presidential mechanism, I think could be something that would help kind of differentiate us. And it would help kind of, start to build a coalition of, I think, a lot of these independent parties that are incredibly frustrated with the situation like we're all talking about.
Yeah, I think another thing that I think is a really good thing that I'm seeing in the smaller third-party space is where we're willing to work with each other, especially in larger elections, like president. I mean, not so much this year, but I'm seeing a lot of willingness to cooperate with parties who may not be 100% with, obviously if they're 100%, they should probably all be in the same party. But, with similar goals, being, especially with ballot access and being able to try and break up the duopoly any way possible, I think I'm seeing a lot of cooperation in willingness to work together. And I encourage everybody that's a third party to work together with people that you have similar interests with, and I know that's not always somebody that's going to agree with me, but including some people that are very much anti me. But I think getting third party and independent candidates elected and on the ballot is a very important goal.
And on that note, Drew, I nominate you for Swarm Care.
Nominate me for Swarm Care? Okay, I guess I'll accept that. I won't be.
That's who dropped out. Okay.
All right. On that note, our 30 minutes have expired. Rich, if you want to stick around, you are free to do so. I know we have some presentations from Vermin that I have the links to, so we'll be getting those going. Joe, do you want to reset the stream for us?
Sure.
We're going to reset the stream.
And when will we convene?
Oh, we're not taking a break just yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we've got 25 minutes.
I'm
We're good? We're back. We're back. Thanks for supporting all of our sponsors. So just to give you guys everybody a rundown once again, we will be opening up hopefully soon. Once the nominees have had their that'll be this afternoon. Once they've had their 3 minutes to speak. We will open up the voting, which I have here at 3:00. It may actually be earlier than that we get the voting form out there. On the voting form, there will be a line for each position, and vote for whoever you want to vote for. We do have confirmed nominees for every position, and more than one confirmed nominee for each position. So I'd appreciate if you're going to vote for those positions that you vote for one of those people that has said that they will serve. although you don't have to. We will run that online. It'll be an online form, and on that online form at the end will be our straw hat poll for president, and you can write in anybody you want to there as well, and we will tally everything up, and we're going to close that tomorrow, so you'll have not quite 24 hours, well, almost 24. You'll have 23 hours. We're going to close the polling at 2 p.m. tomorrow for tallying. And then at 3 o'clock tomorrow, we will have the results of the elections and our straw hat poll. So I encourage everybody. We're gonna get that URL out there very soon.
To also add, this is strictly a straw hat, right? It's not an official endorsement from the people.
Yeah, so because we're small and because we're not really at the point of being able to offer a lot to a presidential campaign, we're in the position of doing an endorsement, basically, not a nomination. And that's essentially what this will be. This will be an endorsement and not a nomination.
Right. That's
so,
what I meant, yeah.
So yeah, those two words have specific meanings.
Yeah.
So this will be a candidate endorsement, so yeah. I mean, it certainly seems like we have some ideas on who we would like to endorse, but I'm trying to be as centrist as possible on this, but
impartial, I think, was the word.
What's that? Impartial. Yes, thank you.
Non-partisan.
Thank you, Wanda. I appreciate that. My brain sometimes shuts off. So watch for that. We will have links to that. We'll make sure that link to the voting form is in the Discord and on the website once it goes live. And yeah, so we have a few minutes left before our lunch break.
No, it seems that we got a thank you from Jacob Jones for hosting. But other than that, I don't see any updates.
Okay.
Doesn't look like there's anything in the YouTube comment section asking any questions. For shits and giggles, I would like to. No, never.
No. Okay.
I'm going to withhold that comment.
All right.
I'll explain.
And thank you, Rich, for joining us. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
And yeah, thank you, and obviously, good luck to Vermin. We certainly appreciate. I mean, no matter how our vote comes out, we appreciate what you guys are all doing. Let's put it that way.
I appreciate you all. It's good to meet you. And
Yep,
I'm here in Kentucky, and I see you guys have run somebody in the last few years. Good luck to y'all.
All right. Thank you, Rich. Thanks for joining us. Okay. Anything else? Any other generalized? Do we have anything else generally that we need to discuss, that we should discuss before?
Not before pizza.
Not before pizza. I think that's our next item
Yes.
on the agenda.
Gentlemen, here's a question I would like to flesh out. Do you guys want to try the deep dish for the special occasion, or do you guys want the actual Chicago style, like thin crust pizza?
I think we can discuss that after the presentation.
During the presentation.
During it. That is the presentation, actually.
Deep dish for lunch is always an aggressive move.
Are the rest of us going to get our pizza in the mail?
We could mail in pizzas.
Oh yeah, isn't that one's one of the old internet jokes? Download a pizza.
Portillo's can ship you food, but I think there's a Portillo's in Florida now. You just go there.
You can get your steaks frozen. I don't see why you could get frozen pizza. But then
In Florida, that could be 16 hours away for all I know.
That's true.
If y'all are getting deep dish, I have a deep dish restaurant down the road. I'll eat some in solidarity with y'all.
I appreciate
eat any kind of pizza today in solidarity with the Pirates.
I have some Domino's in the fridge. I guess I'll get that.
Pizza go good with rum.
I think everything goes good with rum.
But why is it gone?
Because some asshole drank it. Okay. Do we have? I haven't heard back from Johnny.
We are
on
still missing 3 people who we've nominated that we have not heard back from, which is Johnny, Liz, and Rose.
Okay. Well, then we should officially probably.
But don't they have till noon?
They do. I mean, theoretically, you can vote for them anyways if you would like to vote for them, and then we can twist their arm, and if they decline, we can go with second place.
I'm not about begging either.
Yeah.
I can grovel.
And you know, we can do that. We can do that if there's no objections on that. If somebody does get elected that would like to decline their position, their election, we can just then take second place if that's good. That way, because we're doing almost a 24-hour open balloting session, I don't think the logistics of trying to do a second vote is very cool. And obviously the PNC can also fill vacancies, but I would like the general membership. And to be a member, all you have to do is participate.
I mean, I think at this point, with as many people as we have filling these positions, we have more people than positions first time in a while.
Yeah.
You know, but which means you don't have to vote for me.
So,
vote V.
What do we got? What do we got now? We got a few minutes.
Yeah, you don't have to
right?
vote for Joe unless you are in the 17th Middlesex district of Massachusetts.
V's gonna sweep and win every position, and then everyone's gonna look silly.
You know what's funny too? I'm okay with people just stealing my ideas.
It is still this conference.
It is, yeah. Hey,
Yes, steal our ideas, steal this conference, and we're probably going to basically steal a presentation later on tomorrow.
How would one steal a conference?
Yes.
Well, yeah, share it.
We're
No,
using
but, like-
Disney right now, so you could take the infrastructure and steal it for
Yeah.
free.
You can totally take every idea.
steal this conference.
Steal it. Steal all the ideas. Everything we talk about,
Do we
steal
have
it.
to actually copyright it first before they can officially steal it?
No,
Well, like,
technically
could someone just take the building and move it to somewhere else?
Brick by brick.
I
They
mean,
used
that's
to be able to steal
theoretically
buildings like
possible,
that.
yes,
Yeah.
but
If there's a will, there's a way.
Rotated whole buildings 90 degrees.
They have.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, if you manage to steal Bensonville Library. Wow.
Actually, somebody took a castle out of Europe and put it up in New Hampshire. So
that's
it is,
true.
What?
It's true.
Yes.
Well, they
there's
moved
castle in
London
the
Bridge
sky.
too.
Yeah.
London Bridge came down and moved to I forget where, but somewhere in the U.S.
It's Arizona, wasn't it?
I would like to.
Might have
I would
been,
like to raise attention to 2 comments made by V and Roland. V says sharing is caring, which absolutely, and Roland said ideas cannot be stolen if you are a pirate.
All information is free if you're a pirate.
Act as if you're already free.
That's right.
Hey, there's nothing new under the sun. Okay, don't think you have an original idea. Don't. What are you monopolizing it? Share it.
That's one of the
Share it with
reasons.
world.
It's one of the reasons why I think the whole controversy over AI training data is insane. Because if it was a person who was taking in all of this art and literature and everything and learning from all of that and then spitting out new variations of that on their own, it would be their copyright.
Yeah.
I feel like that's very different though.
Okay.
I'm interested. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, for one, the AI is not a person.
No, but it's prompted by a person.
But it's not a person.
Oh, I don't think. And don't get me wrong. I'm not advocating that to say
Why
that
not?
AI should have copyrights on what it spits out.
So, if you guys don't remember this monkey, somebody tried to copyright a monkey, and I think we should hold all AI the same as this particular monkey right here. The story behind this monkey in this photo is that the monkey stole the photo and then did a selfie, and the guy tried to copyright it, and courts said no. It should be the same with AI.
What?
Because it wasn't a person that took
Because
the
it wasn't,
photo.
it wasn't
You're
a
the-
person. He didn't take the photo himself.
I didn't
he
know
can't
this.
Copyright it. You cannot copyright people.
I think
On
that
top
would,
of that, he got sued and lost more money than he made from
He
the
did.
photo.
He absolutely lost his
I
photo.
do think a good solution to all of this would be for AI generated content to be automatically in the public domain.
I agree.
I was getting ready to say that. I was getting ready to come in there and be like, well,
Agreed.
Could this be the middle ground then?
I think so. But I think that, well, so before you get to the point of AI generated content, you need to train that AI. And there's issues with using publicly available copyrighted material for training. And I don't think there should be a problem with that. If it's on the internet, it's publicly available. It should be out there for training data.
Well, so a corporation that many people don't like, Microsoft. I can't remember what company was scraping data from LinkedIn, but apparently a court said something along the lines that you couldn't do that, and I felt it was wrong because the data is on your screen. Your browser obtains it. Why can't you?
Yeah, a bot should be able to
Yeah.
scrape anything that's publicly available.
It's there. Why can't it take it and index it?
Because a bot is a tool.
Yeah.
It's just a tool.
It's a utility of the hand.
And so is AI. It's AI is not anywhere near being conscious, no matter what a few weirdos from Google say.
Well, what's funny about the whole AI is if you tell it to make an argument about why it's not a living thing, it'll give you that argument. And if you ask it to make an argument why it is a living thing, it will give you that argument.
I saw a great comparison where they said it was the tweet that said man studies French dictionary and joins French Scrabble tournament and wins because he memorized all the words.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what AI is to me. They're memorizing and they're spitting it back out, but they're not a person. They're not comprehending it. They have information. They're regurgitating information.
Yeah.
But dude doesn't speak French.
Which is why I'm an AI bot.
Jamie, go ahead. We're in open discussion right now, so go ahead.
I mean, I completely agree with. Okay, so I agree that AI should be able to pull in data, but I think the thing that we're forgetting is when you talk about individuals or companies that have billions of dollars to throw at these problems, they can go and amass large amounts of data that they can then analyze to create these products that can potentially go after people's jobs. And so you really need to factor in the capitalism aspect of this and how much this helps to concentrate economic power in the hands of a smaller and smaller number of people. If it was just a robot that was like a human and sure, they went through and scanned all this data and they created something, hey, sure, that's fine. It's an individual robot. But you're talking about some corporation that thinks of us as its gut flora to be exploited, and they just want to maximize the amount of money they can make. And if that means they put people out of jobs, they don't care.
Yeah, I completely agree.
I think that's where
another
Wanda was
segment.
saying that it should be public domain. The information that they are taking from the public should be exposed to the public so that we know what it is they're using.
Yeah, I kind of look at it. I kind of look at it as another advance in technology that is going to be disruptive. But it comes down, because it's a tool. It comes down to how it's going to be used. Not that the tool itself is bad.
I mean, I'm definitely worried about corporations having too much control over that tool and it being used to hurt, small artists or workers.
And inventors.
That too.
Whenever you work on a new product, something that's genuinely new, a lot of people do that either in academia or the open source space. And it takes a really long time to refine that into something usable. And the small parts of that you develop are always going to be exposed to the internet and for analysis. So it's entirely possible for you to be partially developing something and then not even have thought to copyrighted it yet, but AI picked it up and a large company got it before you even were able to do anything.
So right now, a lot of and I totally agree with this. This is to add on to it, and what Wanda was saying, and it's like a all around thing. Companies like Twitter and Facebook and all these places, they do allow you to download your data, but I don't want that data. I don't want that. I mean, I want that data. I want to be able to download anything I uploaded to your site, right? Like archival of tweets and things like that. But I don't want just that. I want to be able to contact you and go, give me the data you have on me, all of it. What ad preferences you have set for me? What are you setting me with? What are you doing? What is this? What is that? And this is the stuff that isn't available yet. And I think with AI coming along, putting all these ideas that we all have, because we all have great ideas, putting all of it together, we should be able to request that data so that we can keep tabs on what these corporations have on us as well. Because there's a lot of data they're not telling us. They're not letting us see that they have. That is specifically about us. And just adding on to that.
Yeah, and that's something that is required. I forget if it's the EU AI Act or GDPR, but like the ability, one, to request the types of data that you're talking about, and then two, to have a guaranteed ability to request to delete it is things that happen in Europe that don't happen in the US yet.
That is the right to be forgotten, right?
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah. When our data ends up being the product that gets sold and resold and resold and
We
resold,
need to know that.
We do.
Well, shouldn't. It shouldn't be sold to begin with, but we should know that is happening. I should be able to open my email, skip through the 38 things of spam, and Google's like, "Hey, we sold your data 7 times last week." Oh, okay, thank you for letting me know. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's a good point that we also should have the right to request a deletion and or exclusion from that. I mean, and it could be, and obviously for something like social media, an opt-out request is going to be something that inevitably will be attached to closing your account. And I think because implicitly with most social media, we assume that yes, you're going to be using our data while we're using the system, and to a certain extent, a lot of what you post in social media is whether you have your post restricted or not, it's somebody in the world is going to see it. It's on the internet. If it's on the internet, it's out there. But I think there is a good argument to be made that we should be able to request deletions. Right. Yeah. If there's data on you, and the same thing goes for the car companies. Have you seen the privacy stuff from the car companies? It's insane. A few car companies do have opt out. I think there's one for GM, but I don't know how.
I don't believe they're opting out. I have no evidence of that. It's from personal belief. I don't feel they're opting out.
You mean they're actually following through?
It's just a pseudo button that does nothing. I have no facts on that. Okay, I'm not saying that's the truth.
I mean, generally that would track.
But they've already had to admit those HUD displays with the CarPlay and what's Android's version? I don't know.
Android Auto.
Okay. The GM and all those people, they are taking that data. They know when you're sending messages.
New cars have all kinds of sensors and things too that they track.
They know when you're buckled in.
Yeah, yes. And that's too much. That's too much for me.
This is why I have a couple of beat up cars that are pre-2010.
There you go.
Okay, so we go ahead. Who would speaking?
Oh no, it's fine. It can wait.
Oh we're about to roll into our lunch break. So by all means, you've got a minute or so if you'd like.
I was going to say, I think a big reason why we have a lot of privacy problems in this country is because corporations have far too much influence in our government.
Well, yes.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a lack of transparency.
With lack of transparency,
Yeah.
absolutely.
If we could see a lot.
I mean,
more,
they're
like,
transparently influencing our government.
And I'll be real, as much as I appreciate a website like Open Secrets where you can see just how corrupt your politicians are,
It's way worse than that.
yeah, it's way worse.
That's basically surface.
That's
level.
just that's just what they'll allow you to know. All right, everybody. We are going to roll into our lunch break, and I'm going to start a video. Yeah, it is. So our lunch break is scheduled for 12 to 2. Although anybody on the stream, we will be streaming in that time. Those of us that are here on the Jitsi just don't need to be here. So you can keep the stream live and up and enjoy our presentations that are coming. And the first one is This is Vermin Supreme, and that's going to be.
Can I just
live streaming is on.
give it a second.
Make sure that
We're back.
Connection.
All right, our sponsors, thank you. For later when we cut the commercials in.
Oh yeah.
Rum. Thanks you.
Rum. Captain Admiral.
The Sultanate.
Kraken.
I'm familiar. Sailor Jerry.
Sailor Jerry.
We don't discriminate against different types of rum.
No, not really. Any type of rum is good
Y'all-
rum in my.
Y'all get my joke?
I'm sorry, I missed that one. Go ahead.
The Sultanate
Sultanate.
of Rum.
No.
Oh, the Sultanate of Rum.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Real rum heads know.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to
Over our
see
head, under our
if
feet.
this is going to roll. And somebody that is on the YouTube will have to make sure that we're live. So I'm going to start this.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here in Chicago to reaffirm our commitment to defend the freedom and security of all our citizens.
Gary, if you can go over here to the left, you can see police are arresting a couple of guys down here that they have pulled out of the crowd.
In good times and in bad, our alliance has endured. In fact, it has thrived because we share an unbreakable commitment to the freedom and security of our citizens.
They're most clashing with it. You can see they're dragging them right out. I'm going to actually take and show you, if we can, off to the left. Gary, pan it with me, if you will, off to the left. You can see the reinforcements have shown up down here. State police in their own riot gear have amassed over here on Michigan Avenue, just north of Cermak, standing by, waiting in case things turn ugly on that side.
Wait.
Have amassed over here on Michigan Avenue, just north of Cermak, standing by, waiting in case things turn ugly on that side.
You gotta be kidding me.
My name is Vermin Supreme. I am a friendly fascist. I am a tyrant that you should trust, and you should let me run your life, because I too know what is best for you.
It's a beautiful day for a revolution.
Free ponies for all Americans. Strong teeth for a strong America. Harnessing the awesome power of zombies.
I will also be traveling back in time to kill baby Hitler before he's even born.
I represent the reckless Duke down my body. Vermin saved me.
Stay on the other side.
Non-violent direct action.
Vermin Supreme can lead an army that'll fuck up a Newt Gingrich event real good.
I would like to think that what Vermin is saying is that this is what you can do too.
I met Vermin Supreme under exceptional circumstances at the NATO summit protests of May 2012. Tens of thousands took to the streets of Chicago to voice their concerns about the North Atlantic Treaty Organization and the wars it administers overseas alongside the United States government. I left my home state of Minnesota for a week and did my best to document what happened. It was beautiful and terrifying.
Look at these police. They don't look like police. What do they look like? Stormtroopers. Law enforcement people are supposed to protect and respect the rights of free speech and assembly. And that's all we're fucking doing here, is saying what we believe in, right? So you guys keep on doing it, because it's your right, goddammit, and don't ever give it up.
See police officers use military-grade weaponry and tactics on roped-off civilians who had reached the end of a peaceful march. I mean, I wasn't the same person for 2 weeks.
Now, could y'all tell me if now are they talking to the people on the other street with that thing, or is that directed towards us?
The Chicago police leadership, which was hailed as this beacon of heroic decision-making, well, those white shirts were about 20 heads removed from the actual batons that were swinging.
Hello, CO. Why do you come over and talk to me so you can tell me what's happening, so I can tell these people what's happening? That would go a long way towards achieving whatever the hell you're trying to do.
All we want everyone to do is walk west. That's as simple as that.
Okay.
Vermin Supreme was up at the front through all of this.
I have been told that the U.S. Constitution guarantees freedom of assembly and free speech. I have also been told that the Chicago Police Department would like us to walk west that way. I'm just saying that, okay?
He's just one person, but it's almost crazy to think of how much more brutality there would have been if Vermin Supreme wasn't there.
Attention, Chicago Police Department. I am demanding your immediate surrender. Come out with your hands up and your pants down. I have you surrounded by love.
I hope everybody has enjoyed themselves. I understand some took an architectural boat tour, some have run along the lakefront. Chicago is